the word haunted gives us a spooky feeling. Well, what does the word haunted mean? Before diving into the depths of the poem Haunted Houses by H.W. Longfellow, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, let us first understand the meaning of the word haunted. The word haunted means a place which is frequently visited by. You know that we frequently use the term that I am haunted by thoughts. Well, what does that mean? A particular type of thoughts keep on visiting my brain and I get very anxious, I get frightened and the like. So the particular word haunted means frequently visited by. Does that have anything to do with ghosts? No, but whatever, we still have the feeling when we hear the word haunted, we feel that there is something it pertains to the ghosts. Now, H.W. Longfellow, in his poem Haunted Houses, he has said that all houses in which men have lived and died are actually haunted houses. Well, I'll go straight away into the poem and start explaining it stanza-wise. All houses wherein men have lived and died are haunted houses. Through the open doors, the harmless phantoms on their errands glide with feet that make no sound upon the floors. Now, every house where in which living creatures, living men in their lifetime are residing, and it gradually, when the men grow up, they grow old and they die. Now, all these houses, according to the poet, they are haunted houses. Now, when the men die, they do not leave the house and go away. The spirits, they keep on coming and going inside the house and moving around inside the house. A house need not be deserted, it need not be left vacant for the ghost to come in and be one of the members who are staying there. But they just do it. They are very casual. They don't make any sound, they don't make any noise. Through the open doors, they are moving, and the harmless phantoms, he says, phantoms are the ghosts or the spirits on their errands glide. According to the poet, they have their own purposes, they have their own work to do. So they are moving around all over the house on their own free will, and they are very busy and they are moving just next to all the living people, and they are there. And they make no noise with their feet on the floors. Alright, now stanza 2. We meet them on the doorway, on the stair, along the passages they come and go, impalpable impressions on the air, a sense of something to and fro. Now, that is, according to the poet says, that is, we happen to meet them. Where do we meet them? We meet them along the passages, we meet them along the doorways, we meet them along the staircase. They are there. It's only that we are not able to see them or realize that they are there. But we can perhaps feel the something moving to and fro if we are very sensitive that way. They come and go, and they leave impalpable impressions on the air. That is, their impressions that they are there cannot be felt or touched. We cannot, they are non-tangible. You cannot feel their presence on yourself. I'm telling yourself means ourselves, means those of us who are living. We cannot feel it, but they are there. They leave impalpable impressions on the air. That means they leave impressions which cannot be felt physically. They cannot be felt, they cannot be understood, but they are there. Now, stanza 3. There are more guests at the table than the hosts invited. The dinner table has got all the guests seated. However, you are not able to see them. Though you are not able to see them, the amount of the people there are more than the host has invited. The host hasn't perhaps invited so many, but there are more people there. That is, they are people in the form of living people, and there are people in the form of the spirits, the ghosts. There are more guests at the table than the host invited. The host hasn't perhaps invited so many, but they are there. The illuminated hall. What does illuminated means? It means the hall is lighted up. Naturally, the place where the party is thrown, or the party is thrown and the guests are seated at the dinner table, the dining table, that place is beautifully lighted up. So it is the illuminated hall is thronged with quiet, inoffensive ghosts. They are all there. They are thronged. They are inoffensive. They do not harm anybody. The guests, in the form of the spirits or the ghosts, they do not harm anybody. They are there because they feel it is their house, and that is, we will be going along and along the next stanzas, the next few stanzas, and you will understand that. The illuminated hall is thronged with quiet, inoffensive ghosts, as silent as the pictures on the wall. Their photographs are there on the walls. They are hung on the walls. Their pictures are hung on the walls, and they are just as quiet, as inoffensive as the pictures which are hanging on the walls. They are not harming anybody. They are just there, but they are there along with the invited guests. So the poet says that there are more guests. He is calling them guests also. The spirits are being called guests also by the poet. All right. Now, stanza 4. The stranger at my fireside cannot see the forms I see, nor hear the sounds I hear. He but perceives what is, while unto me all that is been is visible and clear. Now, here in stanza 4, we can see a twist. We can see that there is a twist. What kind of twist? Here we can see that the speaker or the poet, he is perhaps one of the ghosts. And here in this stanza, the word stranger at my fireside is actually the owner of the house, or the present occupant of the house. The stranger at my fireside cannot see the forms I see, nor hear the sounds I hear. So because the poet himself or the speaker himself is thinking himself to be the spirit or the ghost, he says that the stranger who is seated next to the fireside cannot see the forms I see, because the living creatures are not in a form to see the spirits or the ghosts or anything beyond life. But the poet or the speaker can see. And because he can see, we can understand that he is one of the ghosts, and the stranger is the present occupant of the house. He says, the stranger at my fireside cannot see the forms I see, nor hear the sounds I hear. He but perceives what is. That is, he can see whatever is there is happening in front of him. He cannot see anything beyond that, which is visible to the poet or the speaker in the form of the ghost. All that has been, while unto me, all that has been is visible and clear. That is, unto me, that is to me, for me, all that was there, all that has been there so far and is happening now is visible and clear. Stanza 5 now. We have no title deeds to houses or lands. Owners and occupants of earlier dates, from graves forgotten, stretch their dusty hands and hold in Montmain still their old estates. Now, it is as though, like, we have no title deeds to houses or lands. Title deeds to houses or lands are actually the legal papers which which tells us that this property is ours. We have no doubt title deeds to houses or lands. Owners and occupants of earlier dates, from graves forgotten, that is, they have long been dead, they are buried, and they, it seems, they stretch out their hands from the graves and hold in Montmain still their old estates. That is, it is as though they are saying that this property is mine. This property cannot be taken away from me. It is my property. All right, and still they hold on to their old estates. Though they are dead long time back, but still their spirits, as though they come and say that no, you cannot take these away from me. That is inseparable, and the property is inseparable, and they are not willing to go away from them or to say that no, it is not mine. They are not saying that, though they have got no title deeds to house or lands. And it is going on happening. A house has been going on having owners. The owners are changing because the present owners, they grow old, they die, and then the next generation comes in to take charge of that property. Whatever, the ones who have died and have moved on, they have not let go of the property which was once theirs. Stanza 6 now. The spirit world around this world of sense. The spirit world means the world of ghosts. And this world of sense, the world where the sense organs are working, the world where the sense organ is working, where only in those who are living, only those those living creatures, the living beings, where the sense organs are working. So that is the world of sense. The spirit world around this world of sense floats like an atmosphere. It just moves around them and everywhere and wafts through the earthly mist and vapor dense a vital breath of more ethereal air. It is as though it is there, though it is very delicate. In a way, it seems ethereal. It means it is unreal. It is not real. In a way, it is unreal, and it is delicate, and it seems it is just descended from heaven, and it is just quietly surrounding them. But they are there, not to be denied. Our little lives are kept equipoise. We are in stanza 7 now. Our little lives are kept in equipoise. That is, they are kept in equilibrium. Our little lives, yes, because the longevity of a person varies. From it is just for some years long. The longevity varies. Now, when the longevity varies, we say that the person is, of course, the person will die someday. When the longevity is, the date is crossed and the time is crossed, the person has to die. And when the person dies, the person becomes a ghost. Now, our little lives are kept in equipoise. They are kept in equilibrium. So that is why the poet says, our little lives. Alright, it's just for a few years. It can be up to 100 or a little more than that. But just it is a few years though. They are kept in equipoise or balance by opposite attractions and desires. We have our own, opposite attractions between opposites, the attractions between men and women. There are opposite attractions, the struggle, that instinct. We have our desires to fulfill. The struggle of the instinct that enjoys and the more noble instinct that aspires. The struggle of the instinct is whatever, the urge we feel, and we get things done. We want to do so many things. We have our noble aspirations. We want to grow big. We have all sorts of struggle with which we are continuously fighting, and we are there. We are always with a desire to achieve something more, achieve something great, achieve something a little more to make ourselves happier. These perturbations, this perpetual jar, now this immortal soul which is there inside the human body is being compared to a perpetual jar. It is as though a bottle filled with perturbations. Perturbations are disturbances, the mental conflicts of earthly wants and aspirations high. We are always wanting. We are in need of something. So when we are in need, because we are living, we are always in need of something. We have food to hunt for. We have our jobs. We have our studies. We have so many things we have got to fulfill our aspirations. Why? Because we need to improve every day. We need to live a better life. We need to lead a better life. So we have our perpetual jar of earthly wants or earthly desires or needs and aspirations high. We are always yearning to achieve something higher, something greater, and to make ourselves better than what we were yesterday. It comes from the influence of an unseen star. According to the poet, it comes from the influence of an unseen star which is there in the sky. It is like an undiscovered planet. We say the stars are guiding our fate. It is just that. It is as though we are being guided by that. So that is what is there in the human world. Now, in the last two stanzas, look at how the poet is summing up. And as the moon from some dark gate of cloud throws over the sea a floating bridge of light, across whose trembling planks our fancies crowd into the realm mystery and night. into the realm of mystery and night. Now, the moon comes, suppose the clouds give way and the moonlight comes and falls on the sea waters. So what happens? The sea water is of course trembling, it is moving, and with the moon falling on that, the moonlight also seems to be trembling along with the sea water. And when we look at that, we seem to be drifted away into the realm of mystery and darkness, into the mystery world, into the world of ghosts. So from the world of spirits, there descends a bridge of light, connecting it with this, over whose unsteady floor, because he's saying, according to the poet, this light as though it has come from the world of spirits. What light is he talking about now? He's talking about the moonlight. So from the world of spirits, there descends a bridge of light, connecting it with this, over whose unsteady floor that sways and bends. The floor, which is this, the unsteady floor is actually the surface of the ocean water. That is of course unsteady because it is continuously flowing. So it is not steady. It is not in one place that you can see the moonlight falling. So it is looking all the more ghostly, and it makes our thoughts wander above the dark abyss. The darkness, the total darkness, our thoughts are just moving on top of that. We are just wondering about what the reality is actually. It wanders above the dark abyss. The darkness, the ghosts. With this we drift into the world of ghosts in our thoughts. So in this poem, The Haunted Houses, we have learned that there are ghosts all around us, in our houses, in the houses where we stay, in the houses where all humans stay, where men have lived, where men have died and have moved on, but they are there. They have not left possession of the houses which was once theirs. And thank you so much. We will continue in the next class.